Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to explore the true scale of the blue whale. We'll be looking at their life, their completely invisible presence, and just the absolute sheer size of the most massive creature to literally ever exist on our planet. It's going to be a fun one, so let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. 130,000. I want you to just sit with that number for a second. What comes to mind? Is it a distance? Maybe some kind of population metric? Well, no. Actually, that is 130,000 kilograms. That is the astounding weight of just one single, fully grown blue whale.
Which brings us to Section 1, the true giants of Earth, the largest animals to ever live. So the crucial point is, we aren't just talking about the biggest animals alive right now. We are talking about the absolute largest animals to have ever lived on Earth in all of history.
And this brilliantly illustrates what we're dealing with. To put that completely unimaginable scale into perspective, think of the most massive dinosaurs you can possibly conjure up in your head. Well, the blue whale, it completely surpasses them. I want you to literally imagine standing next to a standard city bus. Now picture 3 of them lined up, end to end. A blue whale can actually stretch over 30 meters long, which is further than those 3 buses combined. And as for the weight, picture 3 fully loaded commercial lorries. A single blue whale is heavier than all 3 of them combined. It's just wild.
Section 2. The planet's loudest voices, a series of super loud vocal sounds. Let's move to and see how this builds, shifting from their sheer physical weight to their astonishing, and totally invisible, acoustic footprint.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that physical size is really only half the story here. They don't just physically dominate the ocean, they totally dominate it with their voices. I mean, think about it. Out of every single animal on Earth, every roaring lion, every howling monkey, literally everything, this ocean giant holds the absolute record for volume. Their calls are without a doubt the loudest of any creature on the planet.
And because water is such an incredibly efficient conductor of acoustic energy, these vocalizations don't just travel a few miles. They can be heard underwater for hundreds of kilometers. Just let that mind-blowing distance sink in. A single call can vibrate through the dark depths, carrying across entire vast regions of the globe. It's a level of acoustic power that is honestly hard to wrap your head around.
Section 3. Solitary nomads of the sea. Where and how they live. This introduces a really beautiful paradox about these giants. How creatures of such immense size and booming volume actually spend their time navigating the globe.
You might naturally assume that creatures of such immense size, capable of projecting their voices hundreds of kilometers, would gather in these massive, thunderous herds, right? Well, actually, no. Geographically, while they have a global presence and can be found in every ocean on Earth, with the one exception being the Arctic, they really don't form massive pods at all. Despite being literally everywhere, they are usually found swimming entirely alone. Or, occasionally you'll find them in very small, isolated groups of maybe 2 to 4. They truly are solitary nomads.
Which leaves us with this final, profound question. How does the absolute largest, loudest creature on Earth remain such a solitary wanderer in our vast oceans? We're talking about a creature heavier than 3 lorries, capable of sending its voice hundreds of kilometers, yet navigating the deep almost entirely alone. It's this poetic contrast, really. A quiet, gentle giant holding the ultimate records for both size and sound. Definitely something to think about next time you look out at the ocean. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.